명의 스타가 만나 서로 창을 겨누던 그날. 그날로부터 2년이 흘렀다. 두 명의 스타크래프트 레전드 2세대 인텔 코어 GSL 마치 코드S 8강전에서 다시 만난다. 전 챔피언 종종현을 상대로 2승을 거머쥐며 저그의 무서움을 알린 박성준. 16강에서도 그는 상상할 수 없는 공격력으로 마침내 GSL 코드S 첫 8강 진출에 성공했다. 그리고 이 남자 연속 3승 조 1위로 32강의 벽을 넘었다. 16강에서는 코를 찌르는 전략을 준비해 이영주를 상대로 일침을 가하며 다시 한번 8강 앞에 다다랐다. 투신 박성준, 청재태랑 이윤혁. 과연 4강의 문을 두드릴 선수는 어떤 선수가 될 것인지. 바로 그 전설의 경기가 지금 시작된다.
레전드 매치로.
All right, here we are. An amazing match. A match that could be the finals of a Star League in any game with Craft in it. Yeah, I mean Warcraft as
Even
well.
Minecraft.
That's right.
Because they'd be good at that too if they played it. I haven't played that game yet, have you?
I haven't. My brother's like addicted to it.
I know.
Though. He keeps
keep
telling me
hearing
I
about
have
it.
to play it.
Everybody's saying that. I should play Minecraft. But on to StarCraft, we have July Zerg against NaDa. Now, if you're new to StarCraft 2, well, you're probably kind of a nub. That's okay. I don't judge you. But you should know who these guys are, because in StarCraft 1, basically NaDa was one of the best Terrans of all time, hands down, most accomplished, most well-known. Same for July Zerg with the race Zerg.
And here they are, and they're two of the absolute best in the world at StarCraft 2 as well. Both these guys desperately want a championship, and they're not just saying it, Tasteless. 'Cause sometimes people are like, I want to win, and you know, it's
I
like,
will train harder,
well, that's
and
what
I
you're
will do better
supposed to
next
say.
time. Yeah.
But I have heard from everywhere that these two are actually both training nonstop for a victory. And the thing is, like July Zerg, he's so astounding when he trains all the time, but if NaDa's actually playing all the time, every day, then
You know, these are two guys
he's
that
going to win.
train in the best possible way. I mean, you know,
They know how
very
to
balanced.
train.
NaDa exercises a ton, in very good health. Thinks it's good
July
for his
Zerg,
mind.
not as much exercise.
Not as much exercise, but you know.
Or delicious Coca-Cola.
Oh, I'm gonna have some of that Coca-Cola right now. You know, they have crates of this backstage, Artosis, and I bet if we stole some,
I'm starting to steal one every day.
no
I'm
one
going to
would
open
know.
up my own Coke vending
Tasteless,
machine.
why did you show up with a backpack on at the studio? Oh, I'm going camping later. No, I steal for my work. So, we're going to got the sponsor. All right, let's go take a look at the players.
There they are. Two of the handsomest people in the whole wide world. The God of War, July Zerg from StarTale. A former StarCraft 1 champion, multiple-time champion, a Golden Mouse winner. In fact, he is the only Zerg Golden Mouse that did all of his OSLs at different times in different periods of the game. But
it's
let's
funny.
talk about NaDa because
Well, I was going to say the same kind of rule for NaDa is NaDa did not, like, you know, have one of those ones where it's like, well, back in 2003 he was good, and then he, you know,
yeah,
faded
and he
away
won
into
like 3
obscurity.
OSLs or something. No, he did them at different times.
Yeah.
This guy's been in so many finals, Tasteless.
It's actually insane.
I can't remember specifically all the stats anymore because my brain is transitioning to StarCraft 2 statistics, but NaDa has, in best of fives, the sickest win percentage of any pro gamer ever.
Well, you know, he's one of these guys that has such a well-refined style. He can do anything.
That's true.
He's consistent.
And the bigger the best of becomes, like if you play a best of 99 against NaDa, you are losing.
Yep.
You're playing a best of 51 against NaDa, you're losing. A best of 9, you're most likely losing. A best of 7, most likely losing. Best of 5, it's closer. You know, best
What
of 3,
happens when it's a best of one, Artosis?
then anything can happen.
All right.
But the higher you get, the more likely it is that the higher skilled player is going to win. And so that just shows that NaDa overall, unfathomable amount of skill.
Yeah.
But Jelizer, can't take anything away from him. I think like a best of 5 is actually where this man belongs. He actually figures people out, gets in their heads, and the thing is, it's a best of 5, and you might be scared. You're like, oh, I don't know what he's going to do. Jelizer will throw in 3 all-ins in a best 5. He doesn't care. He'll do whatever he thinks it takes to win, and, you know, he is just such a decisive, amazing
Once
Zerg.
he's doing something, he sticks with it, and that's something we haven't seen from as many of the other pro gamers. Is, you know, with Jelizer, at times it's a little bit more of a. I know, actually, let me say it a different way. With some of these other guys, we see them doing something, but it's half-hearted.
Yeah.
They'll attack and expand at the same time, rather than focusing on just expanding and defending, or just attacking and making more units.
Yeah.
So,
you know, I actually want to draw a quick little parallel
please.
between Fruit Dealer and Jelizer, because both of these are Zergs that go hyper-aggressive, but can also out-macro almost every Zerg in the world.
yeah.
But there's a slight difference between the players. Fruit Dealer will mix in all-ins,
Well,
and
Free
it's
Dealer's
awesome.
actually a little bit more insane.
At times, yeah.
Yeah.
But Jelizer, sometimes I think he goes in saying, okay, I'm going to all in here. But sometimes I see the decision in his brain. He'll see one thing and be like, time to all in.
You know what?
Snaps his fingers like that.
Actually, that's a good way to put it, because with Fruit Dealer, at times I feel like his all-ins are calculated before the game is even
Exactly.
loaded.
That's what I'm
And-
trying to say.
And with July, I feel like he's actually playing a standard
He
game,
decides
and then he
in-game.
sees something.
Yeah.
He maybe looks at the position of the depots.
Yes.
Or looks at, oh, well, look, his base is a little bit spread out. He says, all right, I've
can kill
activated
this,
my
yeah.
all-in algorithm, and I'm going to kill you.
Exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you, Tasteless.
No problem.
For deciphering the Artosis code.
I'm the Artosis Whisperer. Now,
Put a blanket over my back and walk around me murmuring. I calm down suddenly, and you can ride me to great StarCraft knowledge.
hop on your shoulders. Take me to the GSL studio, Artosis. All right, head-to-head. The countdown's begun. It's going to be Jelizer against NaDa. First game is going to be, let's see here.
It's going to be Crossfire.
Crossfire, yep. Had to check that. One of our new maps, macro map, should be pretty cool. Inspired by Peaks of Bigdu in StarCraft 1.
Yes. Awesome map.
Expected to be pretty awesome here in StarCraft 2. All right, there's no turning back, so get ready for some more GSL action here with Tasteless and Artosis. Tastosis at the GSL. It's on. In the red at the bottom left, he was nicknamed the God of War in StarCraft 1. Here he is in StarCraft 2.
Stage light.
And that was what? Brussels sprouts against a pig on the right. And over here we had, I assume that must be NaDa against July. I don't know what the drawing was on the right. It looked like Brussels sprouts, though.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Sorry. I think it was a pig overlord.
Oh, could be.
OGS
Oh,
NaDa.
and anyways, we have over here with just NaDa.
Oh, so cute.
Oh.
Dropping
Little
banelings.
babies.
So many banelings, in fact.
Guys, get on Twitter. Make an account if you haven't already done it. If you actually use Twitter enough, you'll realize it's quite cool. And hashtag GSL, please. Hashtagging something, you put the pound sign and then put GSL after it.
That's right.
Say something about it.
We want trending topics. There's nothing cooler than having trending topics about the GSL at the same time as like all of the world news that's going on, and Justin Bieber and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the GSL is that big with your guys' help. Don't let us down. Let's get that stuff
if
going.
you like the show, please do this. Seriously. We want to get the show expanding even more. Now, not only for double barracks at the Ram. So he will most likely follow that up with an expand. We used to see this as Marina CV all-in builds. But now what it is Terrence just try to send a few Marines out, then go back home and make that command center.
Yeah, it's just so solid. You know, not getting your gas early on saves you so many minerals. You already have 2 barracks, so you're going to be safe against anything. It's Just a very solid build by NaDa. Now, this map plays out pretty interestingly in Terran vs. Zerg. There's a very popular timing rush after expansion where you get stim and you get some siege tanks and you kind of siege up on the high ground above their natural.
It's
and start
really
pushing
good.
Down.
It's really good.
Somewhat similar things were around in StarCraft 1 on this map because you do have that high ground right outside the natural. So it can be kind of scary for Zerg sometimes.
July sends out his drones.
Does have 8 Zerglings making, so he should be all right against NaDa's pressure.
NaDa should turn around. No, he's going to actually bunker
Q.
push. Hey, you know what? The position of that bunker, I think the Marines, is that block?
Yes, it does.
So the Marine can actually cover the bunker.
Too bad he doesn't have 2 Marines back there. The Zerglings, though, they want to go after the Marines that are running away. But with 4 Marines coming out, maybe NaDa can get some microing done.
July Zerg may have overextended himself here. He's pretty far away from home. But he does get that 1 Marine. However, these 3 Marines will stay alive. Now, the SCV was taken out.
There's another SCV, though, Tasteless.
Yep.
And if he gets that up, right now, July Zerg should think about making a spine crawler. A lot of Zerglings just going down.
All right. Queen taking some shots here.
I like this move by the Queen, but the Queen... Oh. Well, the Marines do get inside.
Uh-oh.
That Queen tiptoeing away. Should move your butt, Queen.
I have
Get
arthritis.
Does that mean that the creep is made out of bees?
Yes.
All right.
Now we know.
Sting the Queen's arthritis feet. Give her relief. Very nice pressure here by NaDa. Very annoying for July Zerg. Meantime, NaDa is making a command center, and July Zerg is making a ridiculous amount of circles. A really huge amount of circles.
Oh, nice.
Looks like it's going to be time for July to break out of here.
Now, July may want to go for an all-in counterattack. The number of Marines that can defend is pretty low. A Baneling attack could prove to be pretty formidable.
Yeah, it certainly could. You know, he has overmade Zerglings for sure, but he is making some drones now, trying to drone up. Thing is, he is behind from that. Having made that many extra Zerglings, basically, if you clear up a rush like that, you want to have literally like 2 Zerglings left over. That means that you made just enough so that you don't miss out on so many drones. I mean, every 2 Zerglings you see, that is a possible drone. And
that's actually a good way to put it.
Drones early affects Zerg. I mean, even 1 drone less, you're going to have not as strong an economy.
With Zerg making everything from one structure, the hatchery, and the vast majority of everything does come from the larva. I mean, obviously, you just make a queen from the hatch. But Artosis is right. Basically, having all of those Zerglings and not much use for them means your economy is going to suffer because Terran is going to keep making SCVs.
Now notice, NaDa does have that tech lab. He's getting stim. July Zerg's starting to spread some creep.
He might do another timing attack here.
Yeah, I think he's just going to go for the stim siege tank push. I mean, it's very, very strong on this map. Zergs have had a pretty hard time with it thus far. But, you know, July Zerg, I think he's getting ready for it, Tasteless. With that creep spread that he just laid there, this is going to be, like, if he can get creep up onto that high ground, maybe put a spine crawler to it there, it would definitely slow it down, the push, quite a bit.
Getting Link speed now.
NaDa looks like he does want to get some medevacs with this push as well. It's a good choice.
One thing you can do is actually just get a ton of Lings against these Marine siege tank pushes. The medevacs don't come out right away. And if they did a pressure push like this early on, they don't actually have a ton of Marines.
Yeah, and Marines without medevacs don't do quite as well against Zerglings, believe it or not. They still do all right, but Zerglings are capable of killing them.
Yeah. Medevac on the way.
1 siege tank is out.
July has put creep tumors on the high ground. That's so important on this map. I can't emphasize it enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the area of contention if NaDa's timing push actually does come like we think it will. Now, Baneling Nest just about to finish up, as is a layer. Notice NaDa's base getting that engineering bay.
He needs those turrets to make sure Mutalisks can't pull his Marine army back home.
Yep. Now, will NaDa actually go for this timing? I don't know if he will, because July Zerg right now looks like he is going to do some drop grass. Good timing before the Spire. But July Zerg is getting Baneling speed. He's got a good creep spread. And the drop is scouted by July Zerg. Did he see it? Yeah, he did. Don't worry. Well, NaDa looking like he just wants to play a safer game. And I can't actually blame him for this, even though there are some interesting timing pushes that you can do.
Uh-oh.
NaDa knows July Zerg's style. July Zerg may have a lot of units right now.
Oh. You know what? He's ready everywhere with the Lings. And he's making sure that there's no way. Oh, he's got to be careful. He can actually lose his medevac if he's not careful.
Yeah, especially with this Spire about to finish. He's going to want to get out of there. He's getting a free Overlord kill. Probably will go home immediately after this. Perhaps check the bottom right.
Probably go home and lie to all the other Marines about what actually happened during this drop. He's like, no, man, I killed so many Quains and Zerglings. Oh, man, you killed an Overlord.
And that's later on.
That's like the Buddhist of Zerg units. It's like totally passive, at peace with the world, doesn't attack.
Well, Tasteless, you say that until it starts dropping Banelings. Oh. And then it's suddenly quite a fearsome beast.
I'm surprised NaDa's actually still on the map. I mean, he saw the Spire.
I think he's timing out to the last possible second. July Zerg's creep spread so far, it's pretty good, I have to admit.
Yeah, it looks like the medevac was killed.
Yeah. Muta's going up towards NaDa's base. NaDa just slightly behind because of that.
Nice.
Oh, no!
Missed control there by July. Almost losing a second Muta.
Do not want to do that. Losing any Mutas this early is not a good thing.
Whenever you see Mutas coming in your base and you have to stim, always target fire one Mutalisk. That way you're almost guaranteed a kill instead of spraying everywhere.
And something interesting that NaDa's doing right now, I'd like to tell you guys, is he's getting additional armor for his structures.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, doesn't want Zerglings or Mutas harassing his buildings as well. It's quite a strong upgrade. And it looks like NaDa is going to go for a timing push, Tasteless.
This could be pretty hard for July to stop.
Yeah, it certainly could. He is making some Banelings right now. He does have Baneling speed. A ton of Zerglings are being made, but once he gets into position, July Zerg, in the meantime, with his counterattack.
And that's enough units to be pretty formidable.
Yeah.
He could take out the turrets, Mutas can do all the damage they want. And here he goes. He's going to siege up just as we had said. In that location.
But the Banelings are up there before all the tanks are sieged. And NaDa in a lot of trouble.
Oh, man.
Looks like July Zerg going to clean this up easily. Meantime, still some Zerglings left at home for NaDa. And July Zerg.
You know, he sieged up so late. He should have even had siege tanks sieged up in the back.
Yeah, no, he tried to get too far ahead. Too close. Sometimes you just have to take it slow for a minute. And I got to say, I am surprised with NaDa for making that type of mistake.
Well, I mean, that's such like an overly ambitious move.
Yeah.
That's basically based off your opponent not reacting quickly. I mean, no, July Zerg is somebody who, well, be blunt, just reacts very quickly.
And the siege tanks just massacring a lot of Banelings here. But there is enough
just
left.
Enough, yeah. Well, actually, most of those Marines not killed by the Banelings. Now, here's the thing, is Zerg can keep making units and park it over the production facilities. And that's basically checkmate.
Killing off a lot of Marines here. Yeah, July Zerg getting well ahead right now, just making nothing but Zerglings. This is what July Zerg loves to do. He just keeps rallying units as soon as he gets an edge. I love it, Tasteless. He is morphing a very sizable amount of Banelings. Not so many, but quite a few. Quite a few Banelings.
Did you ever play Heroes That Might and Magic too?
Yes, of course.
Where they had like, it's a throng of peasants, or like it's a, and I'm like sitting there like with a thesaurus trying to figure out actually how big the number is, like.
And we see July Zerg with his never-ending aggression getting in here, rolling his Banelings through. Will he get a strike? The pins are lining up, Tasteless, and the SCVs are going down.
That might actually cause the game to end right now. That is a completely crippling, paralyzing blow to lose that much.
July Zerg, I love his style, Tasteless. He keeps the pressure on as soon as he smells any weakness. And weakness, whenever it's on NaDa, is a very faint odor indeed.
Yes. And here comes the next paralyzing blow.
Goodbye, SCVs. And NaDa down to 42 supply. July Zerg up at 97. Not a winnable game from here, I don't think.
Time for some of these Marines to put on some SCV suits. These He's going to be out of actual resources here.
The Marine Union will not let them mine minerals tasteless. Goodbye, Marines. Goodbye, Zerglings. Never mind. Siege tanks
Are pretty
good against
Yep.
Zerglings. Well, I gotta say, tasteless.
I was going to say, NaDa could have. The game would have gone on had the Banelings not hit all the SCVs and mules.
You know, I'm such a Nestea fan. I'm like the biggest Nestea fanboy in the whole wide world. But July Zerg's style, it's really nothing like Nestea's. Nestea is sit back and crush you. He's like more of a savior-esque StarCraft 1 Zerg, whereas July Zerg is importing his exact style from StarCraft 2 to StarCraft.
Oh, this angle's going to be pretty good for the Zerg here.
Wow. And NaDa's going to have to GG.
Ouch, GG.
Well, tasteless.
That game was over before the push happened, but I don't blame NaDa for at least trying.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't want to just give up. But July Zerg has successfully imported his StarCraft 1 Zerg vs. Terran into StarCraft 2.
Yeah, it looks identical.
It does. I mean, the guy sniffs weakness, and he goes for it. NaDa, that game, a huge mistake. With that stim tank timing push, when you get on that high ground, it's just so powerful. But as you said, Tasteless, he should have sieged up a little bit beforehand, gone just slightly slower. And that's basically where July Zerg got the win. NaDa runs all the way up sieges. You never want to do that. You want to leapfrog tanks up as soon as you get close at all.
If he had put the siege tanks, two of them farther back on the low ground, one a little bit high on the towards the back of the high ground, and then one maybe even not sieging it, trying to bait the Zerg in.
But as it was, he just moved all his tanks forward. He's like, all right, I'll siege here.
Yeah, they were sieging up when they were surrounded.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you're not going to do any.
You can't do that. They have to be sieged before anything comes in there. They need to get in there extra volleys.
I'm really impressed.
July Zerg played brilliantly.
Yeah.
NaDa definitely made a pretty sizable mistake there, but it's a best of 5. That was only game 1.
You know, I think his strategy, though, up until then was perfect. It was really, really well done.
Very solid. Very solid. Well, the next map is going to be Terminus Re. Oh, that's a macro map if I've ever seen one, Tasteless.
That'll be good for both of these players.
Yeah.
There isn't
a map that isn't good for both these players.
Terminus, one of our new maps here at GSL, and I think this is made for some very exciting games. Well, NaDa, he knows exactly what went wrong there. It's not like, only Artosis and me know. We're like, oh, it's too bad NaDa doesn't understand. No, he knows. He's thinking, oh, if only I had sieged up a little bit farther back so my siege tanks could have done their job. He knows what he needs to do.
Well, we'll see. Can he get it done this game? Countdown has begun.
It's game time. So let's get ready. Get on Twitter. Plug the GSL. Hashtag it. And let's do some more awesome StarCraft 2 viewing, commentating, spectating here with Taste and Artosis, Tastosis, the Casting Archon here in Seoul, Korea, doing the biggest, best esports tournament in the world, the GSL.